left my boots and my faded jeans in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and swapped them for a coat and tie and someplace else to go. I had days that were laced with white lines on narrow blacktop roads, with honky-tonks around the day and drunken episodes. Those flashing lights and them busted fists and winning with no name, and morning past the night before I learned to play the game. Then one night I was peeling labels on empty bottles of beer. A sweet young girl and her guitar played tunes I swore were yours, 'cause she played them on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, saints and sinners. Welcome to Saturday Night Church of the Search on a Gypsy's Kiss. Join me tonight for a telephone call-in night, so everybody can have a good time calling in. We'll try to keep it going as long as we can. I don't want to be around at midnight, but we'll see what we can do. Enjoy yourself in the chat room. Hopefully, like me, you've poured yourself an adult beverage. This happens to be the strangest mix. I don't want to have any caffeine, so I've got caffeine-free diet Coca-Cola and then wild turkey. So, quite a combination. Stick with me. We're going to play some music tonight. I think what I've done, let me see what I've picked tonight. Tonight is rock night. So we're going to do some rock and roll tonight. All right? Stick around. Let's have some fun.
To bring back Sunday morning rides and sunsets by the stream, and old grass beds we made love in, and dreamed our silly dreams. I drank her words like they were wine and looked into her eyes. She turned her head and walked away, made me realize the longest days and the darkest nights were more than I could face. The only thing that I could leave that lonesome place. But she played memories, the kind that leave romance to be dark rhapsodies, the midnight rendezvous. Yeah, she played memories of songs that made me blue, sweet soft melodies that took me back to you. Took me back to you.
What up, my brothers and sisters of the search? Let me take care of a whole bunch of housekeeping. Hey, no, I actually have that back, don't I?
Housekeeping, you want towels?
Of course you want towels. Who doesn't want towels? Make sure that before you leave tonight, you like our video. YouTube likes it when you like our video. The MTP, the Magical Treasure Princess. I can't do it the way she does. I should do that. The Magical Treasure Princess loves it when you like our videos. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, the entirety of your immense social networks so that we can grow the channel. And finally, if you are not already a subscriber, this would be the ideal time to subscribe. And And after you click on that subscribe button, click on the notifications bell, and that way every time we start a live stream, you'll be informed and immediately informed and in the know. If you want to reach out to us, there are several ways. Number one, you can reach out in the chat room by preceding your question or comment with the @ Gypsy Kiss. I don't see anybody who's done it yet, but I'm sure somebody will to show you how to do it. That's one way. You can also text us at our number right below my chin right here. See right there, right there, right there, that chin number, 202-815-1171. You can call that. You can send a text to that number anytime during the evening. You can also right now call that number and leave a voicemail of up to 3 minutes. And then later on, we're going to open up that phone line, and you can call in and we can chat for up to 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you will hear this sound. That means your 10 minutes are up. So make sure that you are precise, concise, and incisive when you call in so that you can make your point quickly before that 10-minute mark pops up because they get hostile in the room if you go beyond 10 minutes, all right? So there, Shadowcaster is preceded or post-seated, implement, I don't know, followed his comment, his burp comment with an @ gypsies with the necessary apostrophe S. Kiss, make sure there's spaces between the S and the K and between the A and the G, and that way I see it highlighted in orange, and that way I know you're trying to say something nice to me. In addition to that, I would appreciate it if when you send me a text message to that number right below my chin number, right there. You include at least your first name or pseudonym and the state from which you are texting, so that I have a good idea what you are. And I'm going to ask you that when you call in anyway. And I'm going to repeat this. Please, I'm going to post the link in the chat room right now. And that is our annual Fenn Treasure Searcher Survey. We're over 150, but I'd like to get to 300, and I don't have that many days to do it. So April hath, let's see, what is it? January, February, March, April. April only hath 30 days, so we only have 8 more. Well, not even have that. We got 5 more days to get up to 300, so I'd appreciate it if you'd go spend 3 minutes of your life taking that survey so we have a good sense of what people are thinking about all of this. Yeah, see, Corey J gives you the @ Gypsy Kiss, and that way all you have to do is cut it, copy it, and paste it into. Hey, it's the MTP in the room. She says, "Hey, partner, hi there. How are you doing tonight? Surprised to see you. I thought this was a Netflix and brownies night with Kevin, because Kevin went and bought some brownies." Let's see. So here's Mindy's new video. Mungo Jerry says, "No, we haven't seen Mindy's new video." So you're welcome to go visit that after the show. Mungo, we don't want people leaving the room now to go watch other people's videos. That just doesn't help me. I need watch time, brother. Watch time. Because that's what YouTube does. Aside from liking it when you like our video, YouTube likes watch time. Actually, what they like is average watch time. So the more watch time you can give YouTube, the happier they... Dang nabbit. Hold on. I'm trying to turn my phone off, but Siri is giving me a hard time. Okay, Siri, let's do this like we've done this before, baby. Yes, I do refer to Siri as baby. Sometimes baby doll. Doesn't make any difference. She treats me the same way all the time. Sassy's in the room. K-Pro's in the room. Hooley's in the room. And those are 3 of our moderators. Actually, the MTP, Shelly Carney's a moderator. So take care in the manner in which you use your words, or whether or not you attack someone else, because that big wrench that you see next to the name means they can smack you with it, and smack you can be, and they can smack you pretty hard. So, oh God, I needed that. So I spent all day in the yard today. Front yard first, backyard last. And so I'm kind of dried out, but my yard looks amazing. Let's see. I use knuckle moth method 2. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Oh, wait. So Sturmworm So Mindy put out a video a couple of days ago that had nothing to do with the search. It was kind of like just they were talking about she was going to have Stephanie on. Did she say that? Or did she say? She said that on Chase Chat. So did she have Stephanie on? Because that might be worth knowing. Stephanie 30acre was one of the long-time searchers. I don't think she's as active as she used to be. But if you go back, I think I've mentioned this in the past, but I'm going to say it again. If you go back to that video that I did at Collected Works back in October of 2013, excuse me, I just did a Shadowcaster thing there. There's a point at which Stephanie, who I knew and who's in the room, I didn't turn the camera towards her, but you'll hear her voice. She asks Forrest if, her exact question was, who's been closer, me or Dal? Now, that's a mispronunciation of Dale's name. Dale's name is Dale Neitzel. So memorize that. Even though it looks like Dal and it looks like Neitzel, it is neither of those. It's Dale Neitzel, like good night, Dale. Anyway, she asks Fenn, who's been closer, me or Dal? And Fenn responds by saying, he actually says this to Michael McGarity. He says, if I told her that, she'd have a heart attack. So who knows what that meant. Since then, people have been under the impression, considering how early in the search this was and considering how many boots on the ground she had had by 2013, they think she was the one that was within 200 feet. Now, what bothers me about that whole 200-foot statement is the interpretation thereof. Because if I am within 200 feet of, let's say, a nuclear warhead, the question is, when I said if I'm within 200 feet, does that mean I'm a distance of 200 feet from the nuclear warhead, or I am within 200 feet of the nuclear warhead up to and including 0 feet? So one has to consider exactly how he said that. I think he meant approximately she was within, because we don't know if it's a she or not, they were within 200 feet. I think he means the 200-foot distance as opposed to someplace other than 200 feet, but inside of 200 feet. So it really depends when people say, I've been within 200 feet of the treasure. Well, technically, that statement means you could have been as close as you stumbled over the treasure, and you still didn't get it. I can't believe that she would have been within 10 feet. Can't imagine she would have been within 10 feet and just kind of knowing the places that she went and not have seen the treasure. Basically, Stephanie was a 10-foot searcher, and Fenn decided he didn't want her to find it or something like that. Oh, Jiminy Christmas, yeah. Stephanie is definitely not, bless her heart, don't get me wrong, I love Stephanie. She's put a lot of effort into looking for this treasure and came out the worse for wear because of it. But I don't believe that she was within 10 feet. Maybe 200 feet. Maybe. Yeah. Anybody, so let me say this. This is like the lead searcher thing, right? Anybody who's been within 10 feet of the treasure and didn't walk away with the treasure, in my book, is the worst treasure hunter that ever existed. Because 10 feet is from me to that door jamb, to the door thing. What do they call those? Door frame. The door frame over there, that's 10 feet. And I'm imagining a box. I don't see it. I don't see how you could be within 10 feet. There's a couple of things I don't see in my life. So I don't see how you could be within 10 feet of the treasure and not have recovered it. I don't see how you can claim to be the lead searcher since nobody's found the treasure and you're no closer than anybody else. And I don't see how you can find any hints in the scrapbooks. So we'll start with that. Okay. The knuckle month. Oh, yeah, that's what knuckle month. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So the middle months are not, the knuckle months are 31 days. So I think I learned that in grade school, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, let's see if there's any questions. Stormwood says basically, okay. Shadowcaster says the knuckle month method. That's right. Yeah, that was when you said the knuckle moth method, and I wasn't. That's okay. Can copy and paste. MTP's in the room. Let's see. I think that's it. JK Pioneer says, "Hey, Toby." MJ Inter says, "Toby, purple background is beautiful. Thank you." I liked it. It's a cityscape actually, but I needed something that was a little bit more dramatic than our traditional for Saturday Night Church of the Search than our traditional. Oh no, Sassy! I didn't mean to imply that you could see it because you can't see. You got to see the fake. So you're seeing the fake background. I don't know what happens when I take out the background. Hold on, let me just see this for a sec. I think you just see plain. It's like transparent. Let me see. Oh, it's black. It's not actually black. It's green. So I'm not sure why it responds that way. I guess I could change it. Okay. So Captain Marvel is saying wrong on all accounts. Yeah, it's my show, my opinions, and I can what's that? And I can. It's an old military thing, and I can express them as much as I want to. My recommendation, everyone, is if you have opinions and you'd like to express them, start a YouTube channel. I mean, it's easy, and it's not like we don't have the time. It's not like we don't have we have the time. Let's see. Alan Case says, Forrest once said he's been to the special spot a few times. Do you think that's accurate, or do you think he's been there many more times? I would say he had been there a couple of times before he hid the treasure. I don't believe he's been there since he hid the treasure. Let's see. K-Pro, Gypsy Kiss, Cynthia. I don't know what that is. Kiwis Road. Doug Carver in the room. Fenn, good salesman. So was my dad. Timeline for the 200 foot is not locked down. Will not help. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Let's play some rock and roll. As my so my mother had a cleaning lady that used to come over and help her, and she was from Mexico, and she spoke pretty good English, but spoke it with a Mexican accent, which is different from most Hispanic accents. And she would say, Miguel, because I wasn't known. My name is Toby, Toby Michael Younis. But because my father's name was Toby, I was always called Michael for most of my life until I entered the military. And the military requires you to use your first name. They don't give you an option like, oh, yeah, you like that Michael thing better? Which do you like? They don't say that. You use your first name. So I became a Toby from that point forward. But when I knew this cleaning lady, she knew me as Miguel or Miguelito, little Michael. But she loved me because I was good to her. And she would say, Miguel, toca el rock and roll. And that's a bilingual, that was two languages. She'd say, play some rock and roll. And so I used to put big rock and roll records. Sherry Baby, the Four Seasons. Sherry Baby was, Sherry was the first song in my life that I realized I was like a teenager, I got that song, Sherry Baby. Daily Agenda says, Gypsy's Kiss, have you heard the joke? How many Vietnam vets does it take to screw in a light bulb? No, I haven't. I'm afraid it's like, is it a lot? Is it less than the number of Polish people or the number? Okay, Daily Agenda, how many Vietnam veterans does it take to screw in a light bulb? The answer is probably like, we can't. We're either too old or too high. Let's see. This is the last time Shakespeare type of perspective. Everything Montana. What about you? I don't know. I'm not sure I understand the question. I'm going to go back. I'm trying to get Daily to tell me how many Vietnam veterans it takes to scroogey in a light bulb. Charles Chapman donates. Oh, I should have mentioned that. You don't know, man. You weren't there. Nice. That's good. Daily, I like that. I'm going to use that. How many Vietnam veterans does it take to screw in a light bulb? You don't know, man. You weren't there. You're going to say it like that. Passing the plate, thank you for that kind donation. Charles Chapman has very nicely gone down to the bottom of his chat window, and he's seen the stylized but grayed out $ sign that upon which you click, if you click, upon which, if you click, YouTube will walk you through making what they call a super chat donation, and that money goes into our YouTube account at the end of the month. Our end of the month. The end of the month for YouTube is you get a deposit on the 22nd for the previous month. So on April 22nd, you get the money that you earned in March from advertising and from Super Chat. So, Charles, thank you very much for that. Now, there's another way you can make a donation to a Gypsy's Kiss, and that's to our PayPal.me account, and eventually it'll pass over my head, scrolling text, scrolling text up there, and you'll see right there it is now. Contribute at paypal.me/a Gypsy's Kiss. The benefit of contributing to our paypal.me account is it is anonymous in the room. Nobody knows that you do, although some people like knowing. I would like to know that. I would like people to know that I'm making a donation. And the other thing about it is PayPal doesn't take the 30% off the top. YouTube rakes off the top of every one of your donations. So when you make a $10 donation, YouTube takes 30%, and we get 7 of those $10. So PayPal.me does, and that's ours. All of it's ours. Okay. So a real rock and roll day today, and that's why I picked rock and roll, because I spent a good part of the day out in the yard. Shelly came over because she had to make a video for her Intel project, and then I tried to squeeze in, and then I got a bike ride. So actually, I'm kind of surprised I'm still standing at this point. So who knows how it'll go. Although I kind of feel vibed out here. All right, wait, I need to go back to that. How many Vietnam veterans does it take to screw in a light bulb? You don't know, man. You weren't there. Yeah, well, I know some people who were in Vietnam don't recall that they were there, so because they were high the whole time. All right, let's do some music. We're going to do rock and roll on behalf of Manuela. Manuela was her name. So we're going to do, she used to ask me, bueno, Miguelito, toca el rock and roll. Play some rock and roll for me. So WFG, I want to make a point. I had a clearance, so I could never use any kind of mind-altering drugs of any kind. Alcohol, I guess, is qualified, but yeah, I could never do any of that. I got through 2 years of Vietnam straight as an arrow. Shrimp carbonara. I'm a big fan of anything with shrimp in it. So especially, and I'm a big fan of tomatoes. So I love Italian food. So shrimp and Italian food always gets me. I decided I literally put my life at risk and went over to the Albertsons grocery store after the lines had calmed down, and I went and got myself a ribeye and some mushrooms and some onions and some what do they call them? The little cherry tomatoes. And made myself a ribeye tonight. Really enjoyed that. A lot of fun. Going out to dinner, Toby style. So I got a letter from a gentleman who said he is coming out here Tuesday. I'm not going to read it because I don't think he'd want me to. But the reason I'm going to mention it in case he's watching, let me see if I can get his name. Let's see. Oh, I got to open up. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. So I got a letter from someone, said he's coming out on Tuesday, or he'll be here on Tuesday, and his day on Wednesday will be spent recovering the treasure. And he wanted to know if I wanted to go along because he was going back over to visit Fenn Forrest afterwards, which is probably not a good idea for me. And I'd be surprised if Forrest is seeing anybody. I mean, you know, he's as susceptible to the coronavirus as anyone right now. He's 90. He's got comorbidities. So, but he's pretty convinced he knew where he was. He had been at this for, I think he said about a year now, and wanted to know if I wanted to go along. And of course, I wrote him and said, no, thank you for the offer. But if you'd like us to get some pictures for you, or you'd like to share it with everyone, let us know. We'll help you do that. So there, he gets a rooster for that. Anybody seen Rio Grande Joe? Huh? Is he in the room? Rio Grande? Where are you, brother? Where are you? And even better, why are you? It's got to answer to that question, huh? This one's called Sunshine on Sand by the Unicorn Heads. Okay, this should be interesting. Where's Davio when I need him? Now that I listen to this, it actually does sound kind of Davio-ish, doesn't it? Doesn't it remind you of Davio? Kind of that mellow. Davio, I know you're not in the room yet, but I'm dedicating this song to you and to your success in finding Forrest Fenn's treasure. Cheers, good buddy. So if you have any dedication, well, let me turn that down. So if you have any dedications that you'd like to make, you can't dedicate, never mind, because you can't dedicate a song.